Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be a giant review of Peach and Lily. I kind of feel like I need a whole new intro for what the heck this re-review thing means, but the premise is actually, it's pretty simple. Basically, these videos are where I go back to products that I've been using for a long period of time and re-review them with my final thoughts now. With this particular video, I think it's been about a year and a half of Peach and Lily. It's very hard to tell because 2020 was one of those years that somehow lasted for a decade. Also, if you are new, please know that there are timestamps and links to everything in the description box below, and for this particular video, I'm doing this worth it style, because when it comes to Peach and Lily, my grand conclusion after using this brand for all of this time is that some of the products really do stand out, and I think they're incredible additions to any skincare routine, and then there's a couple of other products that I just don't think stand out quite as much, although keep in mind this entire video, like all of my videos, is only my opinion, and you are free to disagree with me. So let's go ahead and kick this video off with a quick little what is the Peach and Lily brand. So this is a relatively newer brand that I would say is best known for their glass skin line. Now, glass skin is an entire trend that might sound like something that androids aspire towards. It's a little hard to put into words, but if you know my format for these videos, I am indeed wearing a full Peach and Lily skincare routine today. And if you can see, my skin certainly looks more glowy, more, I feel like I want to say the word glassy, but that puts us back in that loop of when you look a word up in the dictionary, you're like, what does advance mean? And it says to advance. Maybe this. Do you see how it looks like I put highlighter on? I didn't. I have absolutely nothing whatsoever on my face aside from skincare products, and it's a pretty good look. I do have some blemishes, but we'll address all of that throughout this video. Back to what Peach and Lily is. This is a brand that is based in Korean beauty principles, which is where the idea of glass skin originates in the first place. So we will have products like Essence, which is an entire product that originated in Korea. This brand is also very clean. It is a silicone-free brand. It's a nice mid-range brand. I actually think the prices are quite reasonable for that category of mid-range. But at the same time, the Peach and Lily brand does get a little bit of flack for being a US-based Korean brand. I'm not really sure that that is something that should be criticized. The founder herself is of Korean heritage, and you know, if she wants to be into a Korean skincare and bring that to the US, I personally don't have a problem with that, but the criticism that I see is that Korean beauty products tend to cost a good bit less than these products. I gotta say, honestly, I understand that perspective, but at the same time, just like how in the US we have drugstore and high-end brands, Korea has the same situation. They have Tony Moly and they have Suisu. So I just really don't think that's too important of a point to get wrapped up on. I prefer to look at the products, their effectiveness, their ingredients. And as a brand that I've been raving about for a year and a half, I do very much like most of their ingredients. Another kind of trait of Peach and Lily is that you don't see the word fragrance listed in the products, and that's something that a lot of people appreciate because they say, oh, this is a fragrance-free brand. It's not actually a fragrance-free brand. Instead, what Peach and Lily does is they list out those fragrance components, which is helpful if you have allergies, as you can look at the ingredients lists and identify the specific fragrance compounds that were used and determine if that will work out for your skin or not. And one more thing before we get into the reviews themselves. So with the Peach and Lily brand, they're carried at Ulta, and oh, you can find some real good deals on this brand. In fact, at the time I'm sitting here filming this video, next week, the Ulta Love Your Skin event will be featuring two of the products that I discuss in today's video. Coincidentally, Two of the best products, so it's good to see. Very exciting. I'm quite the deal shopper, love a good deal, and that makes these products really quite affordable. So, without any further ado, let's get into my ranking system. I feel like it's been a while since I formatted one of these brand reviews with a best and a worst type of situation, but this video is a little different because the reality is I actually like every single product in today's video. It's just that I think some are a little more exciting than others, some are a little more standout than others. So I say we just jump right into the worth it category, and you can probably guess what my top pick here is going to be. It's absolutely the Glass Skin Refining Serum, which I've called an absolute favorite for a long time, and for good reason. This is such a beautiful all-in-one serum that makes your skin look so hydrated, so nourished, glowing from within, all without very many irritants at all. I think the vast majority of people will be able to use this product. I even think this product will work for both oily skin and dry skin, which is something I very rarely say, but this is a product that's high in niacinamide, which is an ingredient that balances oil production in the skin, so it doesn't dry out dry skin, but it does help with regulating that oil production in oily skin, in addition to having multiple forms of hyaluronic acid, in addition to having a bunch of antioxidants in here, and all of those hydrating humectants that just make your skin glow. It is an incredible product. But there's a catch, and I want to make sure I address this. What I really want to make sure I do in this video is kind of answer some of the questions that I've seen around this brand. And one of the things I've seen expressed about this product in particular is I've seen a few people say, I don't understand why you would pay $39 for that serum when you can just buy a serum from The Ordinary. I do not agree with that perspective, but I, at the same time, see where it's coming from. So you know how I opened up my thoughts on this product with all-in-one, right? That is the main difference between this product and The Ordinary's products. The Ordinary does have a lot of serums, a niacinamide serum, antioxidant-rich serums. They do have those, but you're going to have to layer different products because the focus with The Ordinary is more of a one-ingredient approach in general. So you kind of have to buy several products, you do have to layer them, and in addition to that, I feel like the one catch that I have with The Ordinary, which is a brand that I love for the record, but I do have a caveat with The Ordinary, and that is if you are somebody who wears makeup over The Ordinary's products, sometimes it doesn't go very well. Sometimes you put your foundation over your The Ordinary routine, and you gotta pick little balls out of your foundation. I know some of you know. And yet, as somebody who is currently holding only the travel size of this product, there have been quite a few times over these past year and a half, almost a couple years. I guess it's almost been a couple years. There have been times where I have been without this serum and I haven't missed it because it is indeed possible to have all of the ingredients in this product in your routine through other products. So for an example here, when I run out of this product, I've used the Good Molecules Niacinamide Toner, check on the niacinamide, the Ghost Democracy Hyaluronic Serum, or actually more so the Hada Labo Essence, check on the hyaluronic acid, and then some products with antioxidants. We're done. We've accomplished everything that's in this product. So I think what it really boils down to is if you are a very invested skincare enthusiast and you have quite a few products in your routine, in your collection, you may not get the same excitement from this product that I suspect someone who is newer to skincare might very easily have from this. And the reason for my excitement is I like the simplicity of this. I love recommending products that are low in irritant potential. It just seems like a really great recommendation, even though it is a little bit pricier, and I don't think necessarily everybody is going to be as wowed by it. But hopefully that helps. Again, you know, for people who don't have a complex routine and want to keep it that way, and also potentially for people who wear makeup. I feel like the one other catch with this, as well as the whole Glass Skin line, is that I read Peach and Lily was trying to create products that make you want to stay makeup free, and I do understand that. If your skin is glowing from within, it's actually kind of hard to go over it with, a mattifying foundation. You're going, no, I don't. Why am I putting foundation over this? Well, hey, there's more to makeup than just foundation. We got blush, we got highlighter, we got all kinds of makeup products. And yeah, basically, at the end of the day, this is my favorite product for hopefully all of the reasons that I clearly explained, hopefully. My number 2 worth it product is the Super Reboot Resurfacing Mask. This is a funny story because I haven't talked about this product for a long time on this channel, but in case I didn't introduce this little tidbit of information, I've been using these products again all together for the past 2 weeks just as a refresher, and I really experienced that refresher with this product. I think it's the same thing that I was trying to get at in my Good Molecules video, where I was explaining that, with these AHA containing products, if you've already been using AHAs, it's a lot harder to be blown away by new AHA products. And I think that really happened to me with this. And yet when I revisited it over these past 2 weeks, it hit me how good of a product this is. And you know how much I love transparency, so I really appreciate that Peach and Lily lets you know this is a 10% AHA blend with 0.5% BHA. They say it retexturizes, softens, and glows, and oh my goodness, it does. And it actually does it immediately, which I hesitate to use that word because I think that skincare is definitely something you should stick with, but nonetheless, when I went to use this last week, I put it on my face, left it on for 20 minutes, and then when I washed it off, I was thinking, my goodness, my skin feels so soft. So it is a surprisingly potent product. I tend to prefer leave-ons, but no, this does it all. It does it all in 20 minutes. You can wash it off and go about the rest of your skincare routine. Some notes on this though. So when this first touches your skin, it is kind of a bit of an intense sensation. And I think what's going on is that for AHA to be effective, it has to be at a lower pH than your skin. So I think it can be a little jarring initially. Same situation with LAA serums. Your skin has to adjust to that new pH that was just introduced to it, but you need that pH for the highest potency of those ingredients. So it's an interesting effect because you feel it for really about 10 seconds and then it fades away as your skin is, adjusting to it, getting used to that pH. And of course your skin is very adaptable and it will adjust back to the correct pH. But yeah, this product is potent. I can't actually reaffirm for you that pH is correct because I can't test a blue product, but yeah, based on that slight stinging sensation, I would say it is. But I should go a little bit deeper in the stinging sensation. We should talk about that really quickly. So this product does contain some essential oils as well as quite a number of plant ingredients, some that I'm really excited to see. Blue agave, turmeric, love it. But at the same time, the more plant ingredients you introduce into a product, the higher the risk of the person using those products having an allergic reaction. So know that initial stinging sensation, that's normal. That's something that probably everybody is going to experience, but it should not continue. You should not experience a lot of redness while you use this product, and if you do, you might have an allergy to the ingredients. But a little more on that when we talk about the next product. Overall, yeah, this is actually a very good product. Number 3 in my worth it category requires an explanation. So it is the Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Cream, which is a truly beautiful moisturizer, one of the most incredible I've ever used in my life. And yet, I experienced an allergic reaction from this very product. I don't think I've ever been able to completely overcome my bias and call a product that has given me a reaction worth it. I don't think I've done it. It is a challenge, but that's how beautiful using this product was for me. Let me take you through what happened. This was new to me. This is the only product in this entire video that I didn't have a previous experience with. So I bought the Glass Skin Discovery Kit from the Ulta website, and I was thinking, gee, I wonder why I've never tried this matcha pudding antioxidant cream, because it sounds like a nice product. It looks like a great occlusive from the ingredients. I've seen all these antioxidants. I'm thinking I might enjoy this. Well, day one of this, I open this product up, I scoop some of it out, apply it to my skin, and I am thinking, what is this gorgeous texture? Oh my goodness, how is a moisturizer capable of spreading so beautifully? How is it somehow kind of light on my skin and yet feeling very nourishing at the same time, very hydrating? How is that possible? It was so beautiful to use. Also, I had it in my skincare fridge, so it was cold going on. Oh my goodness. This was a moment for me. So a couple more days pass and I am thinking, oh my goodness, I think I have a new favorite moisturizer. It has proven itself under makeup. It has been incredible both through the day and at night. Talk about multi-purpose. So I get really excited and I post about doing this trial on my Instagram, and one of you absolutely wonderful followers, I can't just say this in passing, we got to give a shout out. Thank you so much, Rodney, 43-year-old skinfluencer on Instagram. I will link his YouTube channel below. Thank you for knowing my skin and these ingredients a little better than I did. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you what he said. So he said, doesn't that contain bergamot, which you're allergic to? And this is exactly how me reading this played out. I'm a la-di-da in my own beautiful little world thinking I found the best moisturizer ever, read that comment and go, oh, fudge. Only I didn't say fudge. I was hopeful for a couple of days because there actually have been exceptions to the bergamot situation. You know, allergy's tricky. Allergy depends on the amount that you're exposed to, and with the case of bergamot, it actually is possible to kind of purify the bergamot oil so that you take out some of the more commonly irritating components within it. So I was hopeful for a couple of days, but in my experience with my slightly more latent allergic reaction, I tend to have what looks like pimples in about 4 or 5 days after exposure to an allergen, and that is exactly what happened. And you are looking at the healing phase over here, so I do still have some little red dots. Since this is a brand that does have some essential oil ingredients in it, again, in spite of not having the word fragrance, really quickly, I do see an awful lot of reviews from people saying, you know, I broke out from this product, I had pimples from this product, and it's not necessarily pimples. The acne cycle actually takes about 2 weeks for you to form a traditional pimple in the common sense, less time if you do use products that increase your skin's turnover. So for me, it's about 11 to 12 days. Nothing like having it down to a science, but I've been doing skincare reviews for 4 years. It is 11 to 12 days I will start seeing pimples. And I can see pimples from allergens, products that make me, you know, more sensitive on my skin. But if I'm going to have a more traditional allergic reaction, which is kind of more of bumps instead of pimples, that's something that will happen a lot faster. And that's too fast for the acne cycle itself. And that's what's kind of sad to me about this product. It does have some essential oil ingredients, which, rest assured, they make it smell quite nice, as you'd expect, but they can be irritating or, you know, cause an allergic reaction for a lot of people. And so when you look at the reviews for this, you will see a lot of people say things like, wore it to bed, woke up the next morning with pimples. It's not pimples, it's an allergic reaction. This should be a requirement before you can leave a review. They should have an image of the pimple cycle and then an image of the allergy reaction. No, not before reviews. Before you can buy a product. That should be mandatory. It should pop up on your screen. But until that glorious day happens, we have to be the ones to know our allergies. And again, just because I had an allergic reaction does not mean that everybody is going to. There are people who call this their holy grail, and for good reason. because it's kind of gorgeous. So this particular product is kind of worth it, asterisk. You've got to not have more allergy-prone skin, probably not sensitive skin as well, which that's a whole conversation for another day, but I do think that sensitive and allergy-prone skin, we see a lot of crossover between those two. But yeah, if you have tough skin, if you have no idea what an allergic reaction feels like, oh my goodness, what a gorgeous moisturizer. I'm so heartbroken that I can't use this product. Peach and Lily, Peach and Lily, maybe less essential oils for me. And you know everybody else that can't use essential oils. Okay, let's move on. Next up is the maybe worth it category. And realistically, these are two of my favorite products. I already said I love this brand, but there's a reason that I'm saying maybe worth it, and hopefully I can convey whether this may be a product that you will love or whether it's a pass. Let's start with the Glass Skin Veil Mist, which I absolutely love, but there's some real catches anytime we're talking about mist. You kind of have to be a mist person to use a mist, right? Not everybody enjoys mists. I've actually seen some people say that they have concerns about using a mist. Is it too much water on your skin? Now here's the thing, this is actually really hard for me to wrap my head around, so I've been thinking about it a lot because I'm an overanalyzer. And I kind of hypothesize, again in Alice theory over here, I hypothesize that if you're in a dry climate, it could potentially be jarring to suddenly become a person who is continuously misting your skin throughout the day. That's just not what your skin is used to, right? But I live in a bowl. Really, it's really a bowl that is very hot and very humid. And for me personally, I would just like to take back some control over the contents of the humidity that is hitting me. So I love mists. I use them constantly, and this one is a very standout mist. But also I'm going to add, I think that you will enjoy this product if you love the Glass Skin Serum, and also if you hate it. It will make sense, I promise, just bear with me. So basically the ingredients to this are very, very similar to the Glass Skin Serum, except it's in a mist form, which is very convenient. You can just mist yourself throughout the day, or after your makeup, you can mist all over your face, and especially if you did more mattifying makeup, it will really put that life right back into your skin. Mists are so wonderful for, you know how when you finish your blush and your bronzer, how sometimes it might not look like it's a part of your face, it looks like it's sitting on top of it. Mist can really help to make that bronzer and blush and highlight look like it's coming from your skin instead of on top of it. But the reason I say that if you hate the Glass Skin Mist, you might still like this, is that I do think it's possible for some people not to enjoy the way that skincare can feel on your skin. And I think this because I'm dating somebody who feels that way. Y'all, it is the funniest thing in the world. You've seen my skincare collection. You saw my skincare declutter. Did you notice how I didn't talk about Aura using any of the serums? Because she doesn't like the feel of serum. So that's the thing. While the Glass Skin Serum is still one of the most beautiful serums that I've ever tried, I think it's still possible to just not like the way that serum, even the best, feels. And if that's you, you might instead prefer something that is extremely lightweight. And let me show you what this does on the skin. We're gonna mist here. It's probably gonna make my hair floppy for a minute, but I'll show you. You see how that just put the glow right back into my skin? Because the reality with this glass skin appearance, especially if you have dry skin like me, your skincare routine at the end of the morning, you look amazing, but midday, you might start looking a little less glowy. And that's what that mist, oh my goodness, that's what it is wonderful for. So again, a product that's probably not for everybody. If it sounds to you like another step that you're just not interested in, then pass on it. But if anything that I just described sounds appealing to you, it may be very much worth picking up. Also, side note, I've seen quite a few people say they can't tell how much product is left in this because it is opaque. I feel like it's actually pretty easy to estimate that. So I can tell I've gone through about half of this bottle. Not only can you hear how much is in there, but you can if you look at it under a bright light, you can actually kind of see the line. My next maybe worth it product is the Skin Shield Blurring Primer. Realistically, this is such a must for me when I run out of this. Oh my goodness, I am going to repurchase this. I feel like this is the step that really completes that glass skin appearance for me. In fact, in my chatty Get Ready With Me video I posted on Wednesday, one of you left a comment about how my skin was glowing even before I put makeup on. I would love to take credit for that, but this is what I've been testing and this is what was on my skin. So yeah, it was the primer. But at the same time, I've had this primer for a while and I've got some criticisms of it in a gentle way, of course, because like I just said, I want to keep buying it, but I would love if Peach and Lily fixes the packaging. So first off, this is a silicone-free primer, which is quite rare, very nice to have now, especially as we're having more silicone-free foundations come out. You don't want to put that over a silicone primer, so it's really nice to have at least one silicone-free primer in your collection. Beautiful on your skin, but let me tell you what happens after having this for a couple of months. This primer starts separating, and it's very difficult to fix the separation issue because I think it's an airless pump. So while you'd think you can just shake it, and it does seem to help, it's very hard to shake it because it's not just, you know, suspended in a bottle, right? So you end up with it, I'll pump some out and show you. It kind of Never mind, that's exactly how it's supposed to look, but I promise you that there are times where instead of coming out looking like that, it comes out in kind of two different parts. It comes out with a very clear part and then this lotiony looking part, and you gotta sit there and mix the two together on your hand before you apply it. But that's my only gripe, and when it works, look at how well it works. You see that difference? It's on this hand, it's not on this hand. You see that? That's why I'm saying this is one of the most critical parts for me in actually obtaining that glass skin effect. So I personally love it. The ingredients list are wonderful, again very similar to the serum, but I hope they fix the packaging situation. I think that rather than an airless pump, this should be in a standard bottle so we can mix it. And also, unlike what I was saying with the spray, where I can tell when I'm running low, I don't know how much I have left in here at all. Not a single clue. So, you know, the day nothing else is pumping out of here, I will be sad and I will have to wait on another order because I can't guess at this. I have no idea how much is left. Those are some things I really think you should be aware of. I saw other people in the review saying these same things as well. Also, I saw somebody in the review saying they couldn't get anything out. That happens to me sometimes. I have to just kind of keep pumping it and eventually it does come out. It's a finicky pump. Moving into the maybe not worth it category, the portion of this video that will inevitably get your girl some downvotes. Downvotes, dislikes, you know what I mean. Like I've said, I think a few times through this video, I do like the two products that I'm going to talk about, and in fact, I've seen a lot of people call these holy grail status. So I want to explain why I'm saying maybe not worth it. Something that I really try hard to be, cognizant of on this channel is that there are likely people watching this who have an income of $400K a year, and also at the very same time that person is watching this, there could be somebody watching who makes $8K a year. See, I'm very aware of this because that exact income level I gave you, that's what my mom had when I was growing up as a kid. 8K, single mom, 2 kids. We were poor. Poor, the kind of poor where you put an adjective on your noun. So since I'm really aware of this, what I try very hard on this channel to do is to determine, is this $39 product really something that is significantly standing out from comparable products at, say, $10. And I think that's where these products fall just a little bit short for me. Again, they're very good products, but I do think that with these, there are comparable products at 25% of the price of these guys. But again, this is a channel where I very much welcome opposing opinions. I think they are very helpful, in fact. So if you feel the opposite, feel free to leave a comment below. My comment section is open to anything that is not, an ism or a phobia. If you've got an opinion on a product, you are very welcome to leave it. So let me just start with the Wild Dew Treatment Essence. I feel like I might have gone into this product with maybe too much expectations, which is always a potential factor in forming a bias. So know that. Keep that in mind. But yeah, I had really high expectations of this product after looking at the ingredients. It looks like such a gorgeous essence. It's got your hyaluronic acid in it. It's got allantoin. It's a very humectant rich, looks like it's going to be very hydrating formula. It's also got some niacinamide. It's of course got your fermented ingredients. It's also got soybean, which is an ingredient I love in my Primera essence. Lower in irritants, but worth noting, it does actually contain some eucalyptus oil, so this is another one that does have a potential for allergy in some people. But basically, the bottom line with this is I just don't know if it's quite worth that $39 price tag. Remember at the beginning of this video where I was saying some of the criticism this brand receives is for being a US Korean skincare brand? This is just the mini size, so we're all on the same page. I'm sure you can all figure that out. My second of these minis, though. But to compare this to something like the Secret Key Essence, which you can catch this for $10. They're kind of very similar. They do very similar things for my skin. I feel like there's a little bit of brightening with both of these products, but nothing necessarily extremely mind-blowing. I think it's hard for an essence to really blow your mind, but it's happened to me. I feel that way with, the Primera essence, the Cacao essence, to some level the Fresh essence, and this one is very good as well, but that's really the catch. This is $39, this is $10, and when I think they compare as closely as they do in terms of results, it's very hard for me to sit here and say, this is absolutely one of the top products you should buy from the brand. But nonetheless, I also said this is a brand you can get deals on, and at 50% off, it might be worth it. It might be worth it. It's a beautiful glass bottle in the full size, similar to this. But yeah, if you're contemplating buying this at full price, I would instead say to go with a Korean essence. And my final product for today's video is the Power Calm Hydrating Gel Cleanser. Now, in all fairness, this is a product where I've seen quite a few people say this is their holy grail, and I get it. I completely get it. If the price tag on this does not bother you, then by all means know that this is a beautiful, beautiful gel cleanser, foams up nicely, not too drying, a joy to use. But I think what's happening here is that, how I was explaining that people on a budget are very important to me. I want to make sure I include them. If you were to come to me and say, what parts of a skincare routine do you think I should splurge on, and what do you think I can cut corners a bit and save money on? I would say splurge on your serums, which is of course why I put a serum as number one in this video. I think that is a very important step, especially for people looking for a more advanced routine. And I would say save on cleanser. These are products that don't sit on your skin for too long, and with absorption of ingredients, it depends on the ingredient. We do know that ingredients like LAA and AHA absorb pretty rapidly into your skin, but we haven't sat down and looked at each individual plant component to see if it's even doing much at all in a cleanser. Not to say they're not, just to say it's a kind of a monumental task and it hasn't been done with every single ingredient. So, you could be buying these very expensive antioxidant rich cleansers and washing most of that right down the drain. So that's the main reason why I say, save here. Always use a cleanser. It's one of the most important steps in skincare, but don't necessarily feel like you have to be out here buying, especially the cleansers that are $50 and up. This is affordable in comparison to that, but nonetheless, I think you have great drugstore options that are really quite similar to the one from Peach and Lily, the e.l.f. Bounce Back Jelly Cleanser. $6 for this. And the Good Molecules Rosewater Daily Cleansing Gel, oh, this is a whole next level of beautiful, and only just $12. I continue to be amazed by the price on that Good Molecules cleanser. It feels so much more expensive, but I think it's still sold out. Gotta love that. But again, you know, one more point with this, it is a very cosmetically elegant cleanser, if that's something that matters to you. Look at how it stays in one spot, just kind of it's a beautiful cleanser. It really is. But are you really absorbing all of the plant ingredients in here? Are you even absorbing the hyaluronic acid in here? It's up for debate, and yet, you know, it cleans well. And again, that's what a cleanser should do. It should clean your skin well without leaving it stripped. And that is everything. Those are my thoughts on the Peach and Lilia products that I have tried. As always, feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.